Hello, everyone, and welcome to this edition of Investing with Confidence. I am your host, Joshua David, and we are always happy to have you with us today. I do have my good friend back in the saddle. He's been, he's been having some fun running around the country, but that was a couple weeks ago. Even though we're far away, we are always together, and today we are together. Al Connickson, how are you doing today?
You know what? I'm feeling pretty good today, Josh. How about you?
I'm doing really good. As you know, we have a great time talking about the stock market every single week, and we've had some fireworks the last few weeks. This week,
sure have.
we'll say it slowed down just a smidgen is what they say. But let's do a little recap on the markets. But before we do that, Online Trading Academy, the sponsor of the show, on their 25th year, teaching people just like you how to trade and invest. That can be with all the markets: stocks, options, futures, forex, income strategies, wealth strategies, 401k, IRA strategies, whatever that cup of du jour that you're looking for. Online Trading Academy has education and content to teach you how to make smart investing decisions. And with these markets, I mean, this week the S&P 500 coming back a little bit, retracing about roughly around 3%, depending on when you listen to the show here today, but still down about 16% on the year.
Right.
Same thing with the NASDAQ, coming back just slightly. But you know what? That's still down as well, about 27-ish% on the year. A lot of these gains this week, I feel, have came from the U.S. dollar. That has retraced a little bit, about 3% over the past week and a half here. So, you know, we're going to continue to monitor this dollar because that's going to really impact the stock market moving forward. But I tell you what, the pump prices, they're not going down. They are still going up. Oil is still in an uptrend, continuing to go up. So that's something that we really want to monitor, because one of the things we're going to talk about here today on the show is how to combat a lot of this inflation. Prices are going up everywhere. Food, gasoline, anything that we buy these days, it almost feels like it's doubled. I'll tell you what, airline tickets, I've been buying some airline tickets,
Huge
and I feel
increase.
they have tripled in the last couple months here. So that's some things that we need extra income strategies for. Looking at Bitcoin, down on the week as well, but that's consolidating right around that $30,000 mark. So we might see some opportunities with Bitcoin moving forward here. But Al, we've had some great moves the last few weeks, as I mentioned earlier, consolidating and stabilizing a little bit. What do you see moving forward? Are we going to continue to see more volatility in the market? Is it going to slow down? What's your insight on the market? And how do you help people here at the Academy, Online Trading Academy, make smart investing decisions?
Yeah, well, a lot of questions there. Yes, to the volatility question, we are going to see and continue to see volatility for some time. You know, we just came off of an 8-week downturn for the Dow.
Yeah,
8 weeks,
8 weeks in a row.
90 years ago that happened. It took 90 years. The Dow the NASDAQ and the Russell are still in bear territory, down over 20%. So, there's bound to be some rebound buying, some bottom fishing, so to speak. A lot of people maybe think we've reached a bottom. A lot of people think we've got more to go. But
lots of
really,
opinions there.
Yeah, but what it means is that we could have up days, we can have down days, we can have up weeks and down weeks, but there are opportunities in both directions. And this last week, we had the GDP numbers come out for the first quarter. It was down 1.5%. That was worse than thought. It was the consensus was 1.3. That's the worst quarter since the pandemic scarred quarter two of 2020.
And I think a lot of the pundits out there are talking the R word because of that.
Well, absolutely. The only thing that really was a positive is that the consumer spending has been increasing, and that's really, the consumer spending is about 70% of the GDP, of economic activity.
Do you think there's a possibility because prices have just gone up?
Well, that's a big part of it, and there are some people who have been hired at some pretty decent wages, maybe got some increases, but the increases in wages still hasn't kept up with inflation. And what we found is that disposable personal income, real disposable personal income, fell 6.7% in that first quarter.
Oh, good.
So the consumer may be starting to feel the pinch of, as you mentioned, gas prices.
Yeah.
With interest rates going up, what's it impacting? Well, mortgages, credit cards, auto loans, all those things. Are any of those things important to you?
Yeah, well, and they're also saying with travel, because we have Memorial Day weekend coming up here, or if you're listening to the show after, it's just happened.
Right.
But People might be traveling less. So people are spending more on things that they probably don't want to spend more on.
Yeah, and here's the bottom line, though, Josh. You really don't need to pay that much attention to what's happening. What's really important is what's impacting the price of something.
Yeah.
And here's a question. You asked how we help people. Well, it starts with the knowledge that your money doesn't invest itself. Someone has to make the decisions for your money, and you really have basically two choices. You can give it to someone else, someone who has maybe hundreds of other people's money to deal with, someone who possibly you don't know or doesn't know you, and certainly doesn't suffer the consequences if the decisions they make are not in your best interest. Or the second choice is for you to maybe take control or partial control of your assets. You're the only one that's going to be able to think about what you have on a regular basis and make decisions on a regular basis instead of maybe once or twice a year.
Yeah.
So make that decision. And one of the goals that we have in our classes that you're going to be talking about is to help you decide which one might be the best for you. And for some people, it's that first choice, and for some people, it's a second choice.
Yeah, I'm really glad you brought that up because people are conditioned from a young age. Go to school, get a good job, put up money in a 401k, and hope somebody else dictates your future. Think about that for a second.
Mm-hmm.
And we're seeing a lot of people locally, a lot of people listening to the show here in Denver, Colorado, Bloomington, Minnesota, and Atlanta, Georgia, that want to take matters in their own hands and dictate their future, not have, as you said, maybe a stranger or somebody they don't know manage their money. Because think about that. Who's going to have your best interest in your future? Is it you or you? That was a trick question. So that's why we have these investing classes, to inspire people to do things, how we feel you should be doing it. Manage your own capital, have income strategies in your life, have different wealth strategies, but do that on your terms. And now it's a special day. And I have a special giveaway as well. We have a special investing class that you actually teach here at the Academy.
I do.
And you help people, get into these markets and learn what they are, how they move, whether it's stock, options, futures, forex, cryptocurrency, and make smart investing decisions no matter what your plan or objective is, how to get in these markets confidently. So I want to give away some tickets to this investing class, local here in Denver, Atlanta, and Bloomington, where we've taught thousands, just like you, are many strategies which are designed to teach you to make better investing decisions. So call right now. Call 888-682-6466. Get your phone ready. I know that was quick. 888-682-6466 for 2 tickets for the investing class. Or you can text. We've been seeing a lot of people want to text. Text the word invest to the number 484848. You'll get a text back with a day that might work on your schedule. Make sure to follow that text, and we'll continue to communicate with you there. Coming up next, we're going to talk about those income strategies, how to combat a lot of this inflation that we're having right now in the U.S. This is Josh and Al, Investing with Confidence. We will be right back.